Today I'm going to show you how I edit videos for one of my friends and clients, Matthew. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and you might be thinking, hey, this feels a little familiar. I've seen something like this before. If you've seen any of Matthew's videos, that's because I edit them. I've been editing his videos since the middle of June, I think. So I've done a lot. I've done a lot of them. So it's very, I've optimized the process to be very specific and quick, and this thing, then this thing, then this thing. So I'm going to show you like what my process is for these videos in particular. I kind of have a different checklist, I guess, for every kind of video that I do repetitively. Like I've got a checklist for his videos. I have a checklist for my podcast, like stuff that is pretty much formulaic and the same every time. I just make a checklist out of it so that I can do it really quickly. So I guess the first thing I'll do is share with you that checklist. So a checklist really helps me because when something has a format that I know I'm going to follow every single time, having the checklist allows me to waste no time between tasks. It's just I do this, then this, then this. I don't have to wonder, oh, what again do I do next? You know, I've done it so many times that I know doing everything in this order, this way, helps me do it really fast. So first, I download all the files. We share a Google Drive folder that has here, I'll show you, I guess. So we have the folder divided here into final videos, which is where we drop the final videos, obviously, photos, footage, script. And that's what all the videos consist of. Photos he gives me, footage he gives me, and then obviously the script. So then the next step is to open the script. So then we do that. Then import the footage. That means taking it from just my computer into my Premiere Pro file. Then make the title cards. His videos have a lot of just titles, you know, with text. If you've seen his videos, you know what all these things are. Then color grade. It's all one angle, so I color grade one clip, paste the color grade onto all the other clips. Then I cut the ends off of each clip. Each basically sentence is one clip in Matthew's videos, and there's, you know, half a second of nothing happening before he starts talking, and half a second of him pressing stop record, you know, at the end of every clip. So cutting off all the ends quick. Sometimes there's like a funny look or a quick wink or something like that, so I just have that to make sure I check for something like that I don't cut that off. Then this part takes the longest. Put images over with notes. So that's like following the script, seeing what pictures go where. Yeah, by far that's the longest time. Then copy and paste the ending and the ending animations from the previous video. There's like a subscribe and a like thing that pops on the screen, and it's the same every single time, so I just paste it from the last video. Update the Patreon list. He sends me a new list of Patrons every time, so I paste that over. Then put the intro outro music in. Sometimes I do this part in the beginning. Then zooms and memes and just more specific. Like if I watch through it and maybe it's not dynamic enough, the shot holds for too long, I'll throw in like a zoom or a cut or, you know, like a meme or whatever, or an edit. Then watch it over one last time. Then I render out like a 720p version just because it doesn't take up too much space, send it to him, and then he'll send me revisions. Then I revise, resend it, and that's it. So let's just get right into it. So I downloaded all the files already. They'll be in here in this raw footage. Then tdoc, this is the project we're working on today. So I just downloaded that folder. It's here. In my file structure here, I've got it divided into the Premiere Pro file, because Premiere likes to make a lot of its own files, so I have a separate folder just for all the project files. Then the pictures needed and the photos needed, or the video needed right here. So we can check that off. So now let's open the script. We'll go to scripts, Teledoc, boom. So this is the script. He's like my favorite client because he outlines exactly what I'm supposed to do. It basically annotates this part in the script with what image that it needs. So let's look at this part right here. So the image brag. So then if I go to the images folder, there's labeled like that image is the one that he wants at that time. So it's super easy for me to follow and put it in. So open script, done, import footage. We'll do that. So here's my Premiere file. I'll call it tdoc because that's the name of the video. Then into my clients folder, him 2020 2019 tdoc Premiere. That's where that file lives. So now we'll just drag everything in. Pictures, boom, video, boom. So also with his videos, I have a folder of just files that I use like every time I make one of his videos. So like has the intro, the music, all the files that I use every single time. So I'll drag that folder into this project as well. files I always use. Boom, now everything's in. Now we're gonna make the title cards. So we just use Canva. Canva's super clutch. I use it on my own videos all the time. Then I'll refer to the script for the part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, now we download the title slides here, drag them into the Premiere file, project, and check that off. Now we're just gonna drag all the clips into the timeline here. Boom, here we are. Make the audio bigger because that's what I tend to look at. Then I'll just grab this clip and we'll start to color grade it. So open the scopes here, basic correction. Right away I'm seeing it looks a little off color, so we'll drag this around. Maybe a little too green. Add the highlights down. He records with the webcam. It works, you know, because the substance of his videos are the information, you know. But obviously, it's not like a 4K camera with a bunch of pixels that can be color graded very cinematically, you know. Generally, most clips you can make look better with a little bit of effort. And like I said, it's mostly information focused, so it doesn't have to look amazing, you know, but it can generally be improved. So a little before, after, it just looks a little bit nicer. It doesn't have to take too long. So then I'll copy that, paste it across the rest of the clips. So now that's done. So now the next part is cutting the ends off the clips. So this is super helpful with keyboard shortcuts. I like to use W and Q in Premiere, which ripple deletes from the playhead. So W here is going to delete everything to the left of the playhead. Boom. Then I take the playhead over here, and W is going to delete everything to the right. So then take it here, Q, W, Q, W, Q, W. And I use the waveform on the audio to know when he's about to talk. So use the arrow keys to skip down to the next clip. W. Oh, clipped a little too much. W, Q, W, Q. And just do this straight to the end. So I'm going to do this for the whole thing quick. All right, as we can see, all the ends are chopped off and it is one like continuous talking clip. There's no breaks. It is now sound-wise as if he keeps talking all the way through, which is the first step here. So next, let's open our checklist. Cut all the ends off. Boom, we did that. Now put over images with notes. So we open the script, we refer to it, and we put everything where it goes. So this is actually a part I kind of do out of order. So I find where the intro goes, and I'm going to put that in because the first part of the like putting the images and stuff there is the titles. So I'll just go kind of in order, right? So we get here to the intro. This is where he says, let's do it. And I zoom in right there. Then the intro goes there. So we'll drag all this over, place down the intro, boom. Then I know after that, this music starts to play. So I drag that music down there. It always starts right there. I always set it to -6. And I have a preset effect that I drop in on music, which kind of makes a dip in the frequencies that are the frequencies that the human voice lies in. So I drop that effect on there, and now it will sound, you'll be able to hear the music, but you'll also be able to hear the voice. They don't compete in that frequency. So that's a preset that I drop anytime there's a sound effect playing while somebody's talking in my videos. So we go over there, and then I see in the waveform here that this is when like the beat starts. That's kind of like about 30 seconds into the song, then it starts to fade down, and I take the song out at that point. And by that point, he's talking about the intro parts of the video, right? So we'll just refer to the script at this point. So here's the beginning of the video, the intro's dropped in. We're gonna open the script. So boom, intro, then first thing he talks about today, we're talking about a sock that's been ripped out of the limelight for a few months. So rip sound effect. So I'll go here and talk about that. I'll see if I have it. Add a little sound effect. Another thing I always do, so I always like slowly zoom it out to when he says today. Okay, so the intro's in, we got the music played down. So the first thing I do is I slowly zoom out. So we're keyframed in to end zooming out right here when he says today, right? Something done. So teledoc, boom, T-Doc logo. All things, boom, teledoc right here. I'll type in logo and boom. We'll see if it fits the full screen. Now it starts to get kind of distorted when I drag it out. So I'm gonna do something where I'm gonna make it that big. Then I'm gonna drag a white image underneath, and I'm gonna use a color replace effect to replace the white to purple. Boom. So basically every other clip, I want something to be like zooming in and out so that it stays interesting. So he's gonna say, give me the format, and then the next clip, it's gonna be zoomed back out. So I'm gonna zoom that clip in is the logic. So for the format, I put in all the titles and I make a little swish sound effect in between them all. So we'll drag out all the titles, and he likes it to be kind of see-through, so we make the opacity about 96%. Do that for all of them, 96, boom. And then I use this preset plugin called Mr. Horse. I'll put the link for that in the description if you're an editor that wants some plugins. So we use the sounds, swoosh, bam, swoosh sound effect. Part 2, line it up so it switches then, add another swoosh, change the pitch though so it's not the same exact sound. Part 3 goes there. So now I'm gonna open and see what he talks about next. He doesn't have a picture on there for a minute in the script, so I'm just gonna watch through this and I'll probably zoom in and out when he's looking away from the camera. I know it's time to put an image. So we have Teledoc logo again, so that's the same thing. So I'm just gonna double that up and it's gonna be up there until he goes here. Okay, the next couple things are like taking clips from videos to overlay them. So that's kind of self-explanatory. So I'm gonna do that and then get back to you with some more like formatting stuff that's unique to how I do the videos. So we'll chop up these videos, put the B-roll over, and then get back to you with the next edit. Okay, so I got this clip from their ad overlaid onto that the video where he's talking about it. Next, I need to add, according to the script, this image brag. Put brag on right there. It says next, here's some things they brag about on their website. So then we have that image. But now, okay, now we need to do some funky stuff, right? So the image, we need to make it a little smaller than it is. And now we add his overlay background. So I made this green and teal kind of scrolling text background, so I'm gonna add an out point. It's really long, so I usually just add an out point so that I can drag it, and it's gonna be small because usually he's not talking for like 3 minutes or however long the thing goes, right? So I see how long he's talking for. They're open 24/7, so usually it's like a whole clip. So he's talking for a whole clip, then the next clip, boom, he's there with his face looking at the camera again. So I know it's like a talking clip, right? And this is the kind of one where he kind of talks about each one of these points. So what I'm gonna do is use like some red circles or whatever to kind of point some of the stuff out. So we'll go circle bold red and we'll listen for what he's talking about. Over 20,000 visits supported on their busiest day. So he's talking about that from here to here. Obviously this doesn't have to be that big. Over 20,000 visits, boom, right there. Fuck, I don't like how that looks. Let's use an oval instead. So I just type in, I have the files named red circle oval, whether it's a circle or an oval, so that I can just type in the word red because it's with my left hand, so that I can have my mouse hand on the right hand. So I type in red and then I see, okay, do I need a red circle or red oval? So I'm gonna try red oval, boom. Drag it over to the same time, and that probably will look a little bit cleaner. So now I'll just do that for each of the talking points in this little clip. So now I'm just gonna highlight everything, Control D, make it so it cross dissolves so that it just looks a little cleaner and it's not just like click, 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 you know? So that kind of summarizes what the entire process is. I look at the script, I refer to it for an image. If it's an image that doesn't take up the whole screen, I put the background on. If it's an image that has stuff to explain or point out as he talks about it, I put circles or arrows or animate the images. I'll turn on the recording again if it's something different than that, but that kind of is what I do for this whole step of the process. This middle, here, let me bring up the checklist. This part, put images over with notes. Remember I said that part takes the longest. So that's the part that I'm in right now. So I'm just gonna do that for the rest of the video, and I'll turn on the recording again if something different than what I've already shown happens. Because like I said, it's like I've basically shown it, you know, like I made the intro, I put sound effects on it, and I'm adding images now to where it says in the script. That's pretty much the rest of the process. So yeah, I'll let you know if something different happens. Okay, so it's probably been a little bit over an hour, and I've got all of the pictures overlaid with the video according to the script. And now I just have to basically take all of the stuff that's the same from the last video and put it into this video. So there's a part that you know at the end of every video that goes,
if you found any value in this video, and I hope you did, please make sure to hit that like.
Right, so I'm just gonna open the last project, and because the timing for everything is exactly the same, like he does it the same way every time, which is really helpful for me. So just open the last video I made for him, and I'm literally gonna drag in all the animations straight from that video. This end part right here is the ending, right? So this is the previous video.
If you found any value in this video,
right? So I'm just gonna take this little like video overlay, drag it to my sequence that's the current video, and put it right here. So it's gonna say, when he says, I'm just gonna time it up so that when he says like the video, the like thing pops up.
hope you did. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and check out our quote of the day. That's this thing I'm holding right here.
Check these parts off the list. Got that Patreon list. And the intro, outro music we did already. And I did the zooms and like the pacing of the edit, which is basically this step. I did that while I was editing. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the video one more time, and then I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I just finished watching the video a second time, and it looks good. So I'm rendering a low res 720 version of it just to send over, just for him to edit and give me notes back on. I do a 720 version just so it takes up less space, so it's quicker. It's just for editing, so it's not what gets uploaded to YouTube. So waiting on that to render, and then I'll upload it to our Google Drive folder, like the final videos folder, send a little texty text, and then I'll wait until Matthew watches it and sends me notes. Then I'll make the required revisions, render it the full like 1080p HD YouTube uploaded version, and send it over in the Google Drive folder, and that's it. Then it goes up to YouTube, he pays me, and we're good. And then we wait for the next video. So if you found any value in this video, and I hope you did, please like the video, subscribe. If you need an editor for your YouTube channel that has a optimized, organized system such as this one, hit me up in the comments or on Instagram at Josh Thrives. Shoot me an email at josh@thrivemediaproductions.com. This video was a video in my like series that I'm making, where I upload a video a week, kind of documenting a part of my life until I move to California, move to LA, make that play in life, however long it takes, just kind of an accountability thing. I'm uploading at least a video a week about that. So this was the topic this week. If you want to see how I edit videos for any of my other clients, I've got 4 or 5 that I regularly make videos for, and they're all totally different kinds of videos. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I answer all my comments, all my DMs and stuff. So thanks again, and I'll see you later. Keep thriving.